I'd like to say welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a special edition of Testify. I meant to come to you earlier with this so-called was breaking news earlier today, but I've had internet problems, uh, and I got in late, and so I tried to get my internet up and running. I do get it running half decent right now, and I want to go ahead and get this breaking news out of the way. Like I say, it was breaking news before I go to bed. Okay. For those of you who might have heard, I think some done posted on Facebook today. What am I wanting to discuss with you? Just give me about maybe 10 minutes and I'll be out your way. Okay. But basically, what we're going to be talking about is taxes. Okay. The county government, as well as the city government participation, they getting ready to ask you for more money. Okay. As I indicated, what they want to do is hold a special election to tax you for more money. Okay, this is the 1 cent sale taxes that I'm referring to. Uh, the way I understand it, this tax is set to sunset or expire 2022. Okay, now as always, our officials never like to see that revenue disappear. You know, it's pulling in two, $300,000 in a quarter or a month or something like that. It's hard to let that money go. So what they want to do right now is extend this 1 cent uh, uh, economic tax, what it's called. Let me try to find it. I think I had it on what it's called. It's called a county economic development tax. I put that little extension part on there. Now, the way I understand it, I think if they do extend this tax, if it's fortunate enough to be passed, I think this tax would have some new language in it, or at least that's the hope of some, is to have some new language in it. What am I talking about? I'm talking about, as we know, the sales tax now, it has not benefited everybody, especially when you start talking about some of the individuals, men in particular, who have found it very problematic to try to become gainfully employed at at any of the steel mills in Mississippi County. Now, the one that I'm referring to is where we spend all of our tax dollars to build Big River Steel. You all may remember that we were supposed to hire within, at least giving those an opportunity. It didn't matter if they had a record or what. There were some things in place that will yet help these individuals, these young men, yet become gainfully employed. But unfortunately, that has not happened. So why we need to watch this this election? I don't know if it's going to be coming up this year or they're going to do it some part of next year. But it's scheduled to sunset in 2021. Now, why you should be concerned with a special election? A special election, for the most part, people don't get out to vote. It's a low voter turnout. Whenever there is a low voter turnout, that is good news for the supporters of this tax, a 1 cent tax extension, or maybe a new tax. I don't know. But they want to keep this county economic tax alive. Now, by it being a low voter turnout, it is almost certain that this tax will pass. That means you and I got to continue to go a bit longer to continue to pay more taxes. Okay, so hopefully, you can vote your conscience, or shall I say, vote your pocketbook, and hopefully you'll make the right decision for you. I know how I'm gonna vote. I won't share it, but I know how I'm gonna vote. Okay. But that's what we have. An election is coming up. But these are some things, it's two things that you need to demand of these folks that's trying to pass this tax, pushing for to pass this tax or extend this tax. Uh, One of the things you need to do, let me find it. I had it written down over here. Uh, One of the things you need to do, you need to have them to give a report on hiring. I'm just going to be specific because the people that I talk with are black males. They say, Mr. Hollis, some call me Brother Hollis. They said that I did everything that was asked or that I thought that I needed to do to give myself an opportunity to become gainfully employed. I attended the classes at ANC or whatever. You know, I clean up whatever record that I had in terms of criminality. You know, I did everything, Mr. Hollis, but still I have not gotten a call for an interview. And so we want to see a report. Since the 1 cent economic tax as it relates to Big River Steel, because that's what we did. We, the taxpayers, we made an investment in Big River Steel. What we want to know is what return did we get for the dollars that we invested to build the steel mills down in Osceola. We want to know. We want to see that report, you know, percentage wise, since the mill has been built in existence, what I'm saying. How many men of color, I'm talking about black males in particular, how many been hired? We need a report. You can't just keep coming to us wanting us to give you money to spend how you feel you want to spend it, and whatever desires that we have in terms of getting our piece of the pie, you frown on us. That has to stop. We got to hold these county and city officials accountable. Now, the next thing I want you to do is number two. Of course, we want them to give a report. When I say them, we want Chickwood, if it's whether it's Chickwood or whether it's Mayor or ex-Mayor Harrison. We need for those two individuals to come and speak to us in a public meeting, and we need to demand how have black males in particular, how have they benefited from this 1 cent economic tax when it comes to Big River Steel? We need to get some return on our investment, people. Okay? I'm just going to be specific. You may have something else that you had a desire to see happen because of the 1 cent sale tax, whether it was to start a business or to expand a business, then that would be your issue. The issue that I'm speaking to is how many black males have been hired as a result of the 1 cent sale tax. Okay? And the only other issue that I would say that need to take place, we need a whole meetings in all three wards. The county is asking my guess, because I spoke with the media today. Well, I didn't speak with the media, I texted the media. And from what I'm understanding, Mayor Sanders informed the media of a meeting that they are to have or meeting to take place at a church, Pilgrim Rest Church. That's the church that is located right there at the stoplight, Rudder Road and Main Street. They ought to have a church, ought to have a meeting at that church. Now, if I had to guess, that church sit in the block, it got to be Ward 1, I believe. So that means Ward 2 and Ward 3, when I say that we're going to be left out, when you start getting Ward 1, Ward 2, and Ward 3 packed into one building where questions is going to be different, concerns is going to be different, then you can't get through that meeting and somewhat satisfactory address everyone's question. So there need to be a meeting for Ward 1. You know, if you're going to have that meeting at Rudder and Maine, I have no problem with that. We need to have a meeting for Ward 2. Okay? And you're talking about selling this tax, you need to speak to us all. You can't just speak to one ward, and you can't expect for all of us to come up under one roof. Don't forget, we're still in a pandemic. So it just would make sense that if we have a meeting at all 3 wards, and Ward 3, they need to have a meeting. 1, 2, and 3. So those are 2 things that I ask that we do. We demand this board, we demand that they give us a report on the hiring. What is the success in hiring black males since this mill has existed in Osceola? I think they got 2 now, or they're getting ready to build another one. I don't know. I know they got 1. And the last thing we need to, what did I say? Give a report and hold a meeting in all 3 wards. That's what we need to do, okay? That's all I have for you all. And I want to say this here. We got to quit allowing these officials to want to go to a place what they consider to be safe ground, you know. And for the most part, when they're getting ready to discuss public business, they want to run to private property, you know, like a church or something like that, you know, something to where that church can control whoever are the officials who are up before the people. What do I mean by that? If you are asking questions that are considered to be somewhat distasteful, you know, may rub some officials the wrong way, you know, and now, you know, different tones start changing in the meeting. And the first thing that they will say to you, you're out of order. Whenever you hear that word, you're out of order, they're getting ready to put you out. I should know. They put me out. You know, put me out. Put me out of a public meeting. Public meeting, public billing. Put me out. So whenever you hear that word, you're out of order, they're getting ready to put you out. All right? So we need to take away that luxury of these officials holding meetings at churches. They need to go to a public building. Lord knows the rich can hold all of us. You know, we can do a meeting for Ward 1, a meeting for Ward 2, and a meeting for Ward 3. We can all meet right there at the Ritz. That's where we can meet. We don't need to be up on one little roof. Pilgrim Rest Church. I've been inside that church, and it ain't like it's a stadium. When you're talking about having a public meeting discussing taxes, and we all are concerned about our taxes continue to tick up, you're going to get a lot of people at that meeting. So we need to stop holding meetings at churches. Okay, let's go to a public building. Let's go to the Ritz. Let's get away from the churches, because you got some pastors, and I call it like I see it. We got some pastors in this county, in this city, I know, that they support the interests of some officials. And if you come into their church, Tony Hollers, and you asking questions that the officials don't like, Tony Hollers, you out of order. When Tony Hollers hear that word, getting ready to put me out. So just keep in mind, public dollars, public business need to be held in a public building. Let's get away from the churches. That's basically all I have. I don't even know if I had my comment section. I know everybody's asleep when I'm talking about comment section. You all can watch this live in your own private time tomorrow. Like I say, my internet was down, and I wanted to get this message out before I go to sleep. I did get my internet back up and running, and I'm going to be busy tomorrow, so that's why I'm giving this. I'm putting out this message now. So again, they will be holding a meeting tomorrow, and the way I understand that this meeting is going to be at Pilgrim Rest Church at the corner of Rudder Road and Main Street. Okay, they trying to sell the ideal to you as to why you need to continue to pay this 1 cent sale tax. Okay, so we need to demand a report. They got to give us a report. We're not talking about how many meals they don't build, how many loans they don't lend out. Well, that is important because even in that area, I don't think the distribution of these county tax dollars, I don't think they've been distributed fairly. You know, when it comes to black and brown businesses, we like to hear that report. How have the economic tax benefited black businesses? I'm Pacific. I'm a taxpayer. I got every right to ask you about how you spend my money. All right? If it's not being dispersed fairly, you know, we talk about equity, racial equity. You know, that's something that we need to address. We need for everyone to benefit from our tax dollars, not just some. So again, demand a meeting at all three wards. Okay? Make them demand that they give us a report on how have young black males in particular, how have they benefited from this 1 cent sale taxes when it comes to becoming gainfully employed at the mills. Well, how much time I got? I said 15 minutes, that's 17. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and shut it down. I didn't mean to stay long, but I'm tired of paying taxes and not getting no return on my investment. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, ladies and gentlemen. Again, please share this video, like this video, and please do come and be part of the discussion that is to occur Monday, 6 o'clock p.m. at Pilgrim Rest Church. And before I close, I want to just quickly play a business advertisement of the week. I'm going to try to do this here every show I run. And I've been promising this young man that I was going to run his ad, but I've been waiting on the right time to run it. And so I'm going to give him two. I'm going to run one tonight for him, and I'm going to run another one. Many of you know this gentleman. This is the gentleman. Let me find him. This is the gentleman that we call Big G. All right. Gerard Watkins. This is a business that he started, barbecue sauce business. Look like he made his debut on October the 28th, 2020. And so we're going to go ahead and run his advertisement, his video, and then we're going to conclude this broadcast. Okay? So let's go ahead and run that right now. Gerald Watkins, ladies and gentlemen, who have a barbecue sauce business. Please patronize his business. Okay? Of course, the price is very reasonable. $7 a bottle, or you can get 3 for $20. His contact number 870-375-2897. Please give him a call. Again, that was my brother, Big G. He has his business up and running. So on your next outdoors barbecue, please pay Big G. Pay him a visit, give him a call, and please order barbecue sauce for your next outdoors barbecue. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's my show. Thank you all. The ones that who might have tuned in, I can't see you, but if not tonight, please tune in tomorrow. Okay. Peace and love. Good night, and God bless.